China's posturing toward Taiwan raised fears that the global superpower may soon annex its neighbor, potentially sparking a global conflict in a world still reeling from Putin's invasion of Ukraine. The Taiwanese army began an artillery exercise in preparation for defending the island against a possible Chinese attack. The exercise took place in the southern Pingdong District, lasted just under an hour, and involved artillery and rocket launchers. Hundreds of troops and about 40 howitzers were involved in the anti-assault exercise. They were fired from hidden locations on the coast near the road leading to the famous Kendin Beach. The Taiwanese exercise was central to propaganda purposes inside China but may have led to leaks of information about how Beijing operates in combat mode. The editor of Asian Affairs magazine explained that US and Japanese spies had been watching the Taiwan exercises through their satellites, and stressed that the longer China continued the exercises, the more information the spies could gain. So tellingly, in his speech at the United Nations last week, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida urged countries to increase their transparency. Referring to the exercises and Taiwan's internal reaction to the island, he added, "The Chinese army did say that these drills would only continue over the weekend, but the next day they announced new military drills. It's a little unclear how long they will last, but the focus will be on anti-submarine and maritime amphibious operations. It looks like they are going to operate on the Chinese side, and the west side of the Taiwan Strait is still dangerous." Taiwan's Ministry of Defense reported that about 40 Chinese Air Force planes have entered the Taiwan Strait, as well as 13 Navy ships. The danger of an outbreak in the region persists. Taiwanese soldiers trained in preparation for a potential Chinese invasion. They climbed mountains, used military equipment in the middle of Taipei, and tested their planes. Both sides were playing war games at a very intense level. What has not happened is any joint exercises with the United States. By the way, China faces an economic crisis if it continues to threaten Taiwan as the West ends its trade dependence on the country, said Conservative MP, Sir Ian Duncan Smith. In March 2021, the Chinese government imposed sanctions on Sir Ian and 8 other Britons for spreading what Beijing called lies and disinformation. Prime Minister Boris Johnson praised those sanctioned for their vital role in shedding light on the gross human rights violations committed against Uyghur Muslims. Sir Ian called the sanctions a mark of honor.